Hey everybody from Buster Brew. I'm going to do an all grain batch. It's going to be the second all grain batch for me, but it's going to be the first one. Hopefully I'll record most of my errors and everything. But getting everything out, cleaning it, got the kegel, drilled that out, and got to clean it a little bit. Hoping to use that for the first time here. And then laid out the ingredients of what we're using to do this all grain batch of Oktoberfest. And basically it's about, what is it, 10 to 12 pounds of grain, using some Pilsner malt, some Munich malt, and some darker Munich malt. A couple other things in there. And then, like I was saying, 4 ounces, 2 of each, of hops, and then some stuff for clarification. So we'll get on that and get these things cleaned up and set up the rig, probably in the garage instead of an outdoor brew session, because it's a bit breezy outside. I don't think I can keep a flame. So. Plus, it's hot in the desert. But let's get going. Pulled out the yeast starter. Did that 6 days ago. Let it sit out and kick for a couple of days, and then I just went ahead and put it in the fridge when I realized I wasn't going to be able to brew this batch on time as originally planned. So, big things for right now is watching the watching the mash volumes going in, so I can get that right. Last time, the first all grain batch, we didn't get those volumes just right, so the temperature, the mash in worked out okay. It was the mash out that didn't work last time because we weren't really spot on with our volumes. Hopefully we'll measure those out and get those right and get on it. Alright, so burner lit. Water's heating up. Got to go to 166. Measured the 4 gallons, dumped it in here. And on second thought, I'm thinking I should have not used this vessel to start heating, but too late now. Should have used that 5-gallon brew pot from my extract days, because it actually has a nozzle on it. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get the grain in. This has pretty much been air drying for a hot minute, but I'm going to get the grain mixed up and dump it in, and then be waiting to throw this on. Alright, so 4 gallons, pretty much cooked to $1.67, made a little bit of spillage, but that's okay. Got everything in here, all the grain. It's looking nice. It's smelling really, really sweet. Just trying to get out all the clumps. What I ended up doing is the temperature of the water in the inside stove wasn't getting high enough, quick enough. I was getting down to like the last 5 minutes of the hour-long mash, and it was hovering at 168. So I ended up taking the kegel off, threw it on a stone, kind of a hot plate back there, so I could put the stock pot on this burner out in here in the garage. Jacked up the temp rather quickly, and it all came down within about a minute of the actual 1 hour timer. So everything's looking good. 168 on the mash right now. It's settling for, like I said, the last 5 minutes, and then we'll start the fly sparge process here in just a second. So I gotta set up something of a flow system. I'm probably gonna use the back of that projection TV, this table, and something on the floor or something. So I thought it only fitting that I would be drinking the first ever all grain batch while making my second. It's the clearest beer I've ever created. No filtration, just clarification, gelatin, Irish moss, and Wolflock. It's spectacular. This is a strawberry blonde. Made it for the significant others of Weeby and I, Swimbo's, and it wasn't my favorite. 4 pounds of strawberry going into the secondary. Didn't think it'd be good, but it turned out to be a very pleasant summer brew. So I find it only fitting that I'd be consuming it and enjoying it while I'm doing my second ever all grain batch. Nerve-wracking, but coming to a conclusion as we're getting into the 60-minute boil. It's downhill from here. It's a breeze. Speaking of breeze, the sun's finally going down and finally starting to get a breeze here, so it's tolerable. Love it. Changes the color, the aroma, everything of the beer. Adding that first bit of hops. Absolutely love it. So it's been a few days in the primary fermentation in the kegerator. Adjusted the set point temperature of the controller. Set it at 54 plus or minus 2. So I'm going to do the 2 weeks of primary. Got the carboy in here. Somehow managed to rearrange things and keep the kegs basically situated on the compressor hump, and then be able to fit the carboy down there in the bottom of the kegerator, as well as the CO2 bottle. So everything's still kicking. The yeast still along the top there, and Krausen layer is still doing pretty good. We'll keep it going for another week and a half, and pull it out. Not sure which way I want to go about it yet, but I do want to be able to do the secondary around 62, 64 degrees. So I'll probably leave it in here and just jack the set point temperature up a little bit, and then not really drink the beer that's in there. I don't know. I'm kind of questioning that mentality. So we'll keep an eye on it, and yeah, that's a wrap.